of it, and then we show you a little bit from a driver's point of view, what's good in the team driving, and also what we see a lot from the judge's point of view, and from what I see in the training field a lot, that's not correct with the team. But at the moment, the leader bar is good for training. The leader bar is good, the main bar is fixed, the small bars are hanging. But what's not so good is that there's too much noise here. You cannot concentrate, and the horses cannot concentrate when it's too much like this. But otherwise, the trace length is good, the pole straps are 45 degrees. We look at the way he has this here. This is not for me. It's not in the right place because now this pulls the winkers off the eyes. If it's on this buckle, it's better. It doesn't take the eyes off.
Sokkal jobb lenne, mert a szemzőt elhúzza ott az a zárva tartó billentyű. Sokkal jobb lenne, ha tennél a zárva.
Okay, so now the rain carrier doesn't take so much on the flips. This is good. This is good because when the horse puts the head down, sometimes he takes his head down and then this can go very high over the ear. So that's why the lace is on. But the distances and the training carriages, it all looks good. Okay. So important is the driver's position. Yes. Possibly you should have 60% weight on the legs and 40% weight on the bottom.
60% a lábon, 40% a seggen.
So at the moment I'm too much on my ass.
Húzottan a seggemre vagyok.
So it's fixed. Okay. So I have to sit forward because now I have the weight correct, and my hips should be higher than the knees. This is a good angle.
Ez a jó szög, tehát őnek bezárt szögel.
And to use the brake pedal, it's not good. I have to lift my whole foot to use the brake pedal. It should be like a car. You just rotate your foot without taking your heel off the floor.
Tehát úgy kellene, hogy túl magasan van a pedál, vagy nem jó a pedálnak a helye, de úgy kell, mint az autóban legyen, hogy a sarkával, meg tudja fordítani, és úgy tudja nyomni a féket, az egész lábát.
Okay. So, Franz, we'll do some circles first, because there's something the judges call, I know Diana calls it drifting. What do you call it on a circle when you see a team jackknifing? I'll do a demonstration of a circle here in front of us, and you need to get the leaders to get the hind legs stepping under.
Azt kell nézni, hogy a hátsó lábakkal alálép-e.
But there's a difference in stepping under and stepping across, which is too much.
Tehát, hogy már nagy különbség van az alálépés és a keresztbelépés között.
Because then the energy is going sideways and cannot go forward.
Amennyire keresztbelépés van, akkor oldalirányba hat az energia, pedig ugye előrehajtó energiákat kellene, hogy legyenek. So we give a little demonstration of
what I hope is good, and then we'll give a demonstration of what's not good.
Ugye akkor megpróbáljuk mi az, ami jó, és akkor megnézzük mi az, ami...
Okay. When the horses are well trained, you should have a curve from this tail to the wheeler's head. and through the leader's tail to the wheeler's head. So this would be one line. But the problem when I make it with this team, the training on one line, the circle is getting smaller. But because the leader's hind legs are not staying in position correctly. So what you see a lot, the problem with many drivers, is that they make the drifting. And that's what we see a lot. So where they make the team at 90 degrees with each other. And they're pushing them in position. Okay, did everybody see the example? What's not good and what's good? But what was good was the team on the right circle. I had one line here, but what we didn't have was the horses using the hind legs underneath. So then the circle got smaller. Okay. So we'll do it again on the other direction. Okay, so already I can feel some problems. Many people would ask the question, when is the leader too much in draft? Do you know what I mean by, do you want to understand how to translate that? When the leaders are in the traces too much. And when I set the reins, you see now the leaders are in draft, okay, but at the moment the contact is not right. For the distance between the leaders and wheelers, I have contact here and nothing here. So I'm now letting the leaders go forward in my hand. Because the leaders can balance in two places. They can balance in the mouth and balance in the traces. And at the moment, the young leader, the left leader, it feels young. He cannot balance he is not experienced enough to balance only in the hand. So then I must let him, when he loses balance, let him fall into the breast collar to get his confidence in the balance. Okay. So when I set my reins, if my hands are like this, the leaders are out of draft. And if I roll my hands forward like this, the leaders will go into draft. And in most of the dressage test, the horses are always on one curve or another. But if as soon as I take a loop to turn, it brings them out of draft. But always the horses on the outside are what the judges see. The outside leader and the outside wheeler. So when I make a circle, I always look at the outside leader. And if I roll my hand forward like this, it lets the outside leader go forward.
De amikor itt csinálok a külső kezemmel, akkor a külső első lovat hagyom először alacsony.
And the trace becomes like a rider's leg and puts a little pressure on the horse.
És ilyenkor az isztránk az úgy viselkedik, mint egy lovasnak a lába, és ilyenkor nyomást gyakorol a lovasról.
Okay? But my next question is, what is the what is the difference here in the settings?
Nézzük meg, mi a különbség a befogásnál itt.
Because we have the young horse and the old horse.
Az öreg ló vagy a fiatal ló.
And the young and okay. At the moment, it's not possible that they can be on the same setting because one horse is so much more inexperienced than the other. But we have two problems. We have no holes here. Only one hole. So I cannot make any adjustment there. We only have 5 holes here. There should be maybe 11 or 13 holes for this section. So then I can let the young horse go long and hold the old horse back. Okay, so that's something. But what we can do, we can do some little. We can take the inside rein out of the turret, and that now makes a little bit more distance for this horse. And we can tie a knot in this one because it's not my leather. But now that this may be too big, it takes a lot of rain when you do this. Because when I turned right, the team felt good, and when I turned left, the team felt terrible. So my left and right circles are not equal. Adjustment. So I'm going to hold this horse back. One hole back, and here one hole out. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh. Cut. Now I have the feeling that they're giving a good effort. So now transition. So when I do a transition, I soften the reins. Ooh. And then I ask, trot. And then you must send them forward afterwards. And the leaders fell over, so I moved them over. And when they come over, the hind legs, I let them go forward. Come. And then we try a transition again. Soften the reins. Ooh. Transition. Get the hind legs under, let them forward. Good so, good so. Ooh, 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 ooh. Come. Come. Good so. Come. 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 Hind legs under, move them until they've both got the hind. There, now. Come. Get straight. Ooh. Get over. hind legs under again on the leaders. Let them go forward. It's not an indoor. The leaders want to turn at the hind legs, so I don't turn. Now they're under, now we turn. Wait for the leaders to step under with the hind legs. Here they come. There they go forward, so I let the pressure off. Okay, Misha, go and get your single. Ooh. Ooh. You're okay. Good. Good. Now it feels like now the team is going forward. I can slow the rhythm down. Nobody's leaning on each other. A little bit, I get into trouble now because I want to shy at the public, and that's better. Don't get over. Good, sir. Don't get over. Okay, so that's the schooling session. But you can only school like that when the setup's right. But they feel a nice team. They feel soft. That they became supple in the end. The problem was the leaders were happy to fall over, and the drivers were accepting that bad discipline. And I said, no, whenever you fall over, I make you go wider until the hind legs come under. When the hind legs come under, they go forward. When they go forward, I reward them in my hands, and then we start the whole process again.